Hi, welcome back. Week 27. So we're getting into a little bit heavier lifting topics. Hope you don't mind, but we're more mature in our mindset learning. So I thought you're ready for it. So a few deeper, I guess, thinking skills for life is what I like to call them. I've made some notes, of course, so that I stay on topic. But this week it's about self-reflection. And another word that we used in education was metacognition. So you're thinking about your thinking. And that may sound funny, but put that in terms of sports. So if you just sat on the bench as a soccer player and you never got out on the field and you never practiced and you never thought about the game or anything, you just sat on the bench, how would you be as a player? Not great. And even so, if you got out on the field and you played every game, but you never really reviewed any of the tapes or never thought about what you did wrong or how you could improve, are you going to get any better? Likely not. But if you get out on the field and you play every game and you really concentrate on how did it go, what did I do well, what do I need improvement on, what could I have done differently, you're going to improve immensely. Same thing with your thinking. So if I never think about what I'm thinking, I'll never get better at it. And I'll still do the same thoughts every day. You know, you think the same thoughts every day, right? Because they're comfortable for your mind. And so you're in a habit and you just do it every day and you think, yep, that's good enough. I don't need to think about anything else. But is that true? No, because if you want to grow and improve and to be the best version of you, right? Sometimes I hate the way that sounds, but you want to improve yourself. How else are you going to get there? But by thinking about how did it go? What did I do? How did that work for me? Was that what I wanted to do? That's self-reflection. So they say to schedule a dedicated time to do this work. So maybe it's part of your nighttime routine. You take 15, 20 minutes and you sit down and you think, okay, how did the day go? What went well? What didn't go so well? What do I wish I would have done differently? And you start journaling about that. You start writing down, yeah, that was probably not my best day. Probably didn't do the best response that I could have there. Or maybe it was a great day and I did things really well and I'm really happy with how it went and I'm proud that I did X, Y, and Z. So I want to repeat that because I feel good about that. They also say you have to create a comfortable environment for yourself. You want to feel safe and secure where you're doing this work. And it needs to be calm so that you can actually think about things. So if kids are running around and you still have the laundry and the homework and everything else to do, that's not the time to do this, right? You need some really dedicated time, calm, safe place to do this. And then you ask those reflective questions. And there were some really cool questions that they listed. So it's like, am I using my time wisely? Am I taking anything for granted? I do that a lot. Am I living true to myself? Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm trying to be something for somebody else and not me. Am I putting enough effort into my relationships? That's a big question. Am I taking care of myself physically? Again, that's about the drinking water, eating properly, getting enough rest, exercising. Am I achieving the goals that I set for myself? What matters most in my life? Or what do I need to change about myself? That's a big one. So those reflective questions that you come up with your own set of reflective questions, but you kind of think about, analyzing what you've been doing because that's self-reflection. And then you can use journaling. I think that's the best, but you could also do it on your phone. So you can just talk to your phone and it types it for you. Google actually does that too. If you have a Google account and you do Google Documents, it'll do that for you. It will type whatever you say. And then you need to be open and non-judgmental. This is not a time to hammer on yourself. This is a time to be open to change and to be non-judgmental. It wasn't good or bad. It just is. And then what would you like to change? No harm, foul, whatever. No judgment on that. It's just, yeah, I'd like to work on that. Okay, let's do that. It's not because you're bad or good or anything like that. And then focus on what you're going to learn and what you're going to improve rather than what didn't go well. What can we learn and how can we improve? And then it's good to seek feedback. If you're trying to work on something that you're not sure that is going well, then seek feedback from somebody that you trust and who has your best interest at heart. You don't want to pick somebody who is judgmental of you. You don't want that. You want somebody who's really on your side and can keep track of what's going on. Maybe you say it out loud to them. This is what I'm going to work on. I'd like you to watch for improvement with me. And then once your reflections come back and you realize, I do want to make that change, then use that information to make positive changes in your life. You can set goals and lay out actions that you're going to take in order to achieve those goals. And then you need to be patient with yourself and compassionate, just as you would with a best friend. You don't want to be hard on yourself. You don't want to be yelling at yourself or saying, I should have and I didn't. Oh my Lord, when am I ever going to get this right? No, you wouldn't say that to a good friend. You wouldn't. You'd say, no, you're doing fine. You made a little bit of an improvement yesterday, and that's good. And that's how you speak to yourself. Patience and compassion, right? You have to treat yourself well, because this is hard work. It is. And it's outside your comfort zone, and that's a hard place to be. So give yourself a pat on the back when little incremental positive things happen, and keep on trucking. And just like with What About Bob, that movie, it's baby steps here, baby steps there. And pretty soon you've made a big, huge step in the right direction. All right. So remember, like and subscribe, please. Oh, dear God, please. And share it around. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.